Shalom. Call Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakak Padash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Barakam. Shalom to the elder bishops, the elders, the prophets, and the teachers and evangelists of Great Millstone, who I also continue to learn this 100% truth. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Barakam. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akima Aqua, the Akima on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. And I don't necessarily have a title for this video. I mean, you should know what's going on by now. And with the riots, no, I'm Salakia. With the protests, it ain't riots yet. Protests, everything that's going on. From California to New York and Chicago, Boston, Seattle, all across Babylon. These protests has been happening, and mainly Issachar is the one protesting. It's going to escalate soon. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is what the government wants. They want to use government control so they can bring order out of chaos. They got the FEMA camp set up, and everything's about to take place. So I'm gonna play some videos and give you some scriptures. So let's check it out. This is what Babylon is preparing for, and this is what Babylon is doing. They're not just bringing them out just to bring them out. There's going to be some activities going on with these. I just wanted to show you that first. Now let's get the other stuff.
It's great to have you with us here on a very busy Wednesday night. We do begin tonight with protests now spreading across this country from Los Angeles to Chicago. A protest underway right here in New York City at this hour, sparked by sweeping immigration raids and President Trump's military response. And tonight here, the images of ICE agents chasing farm workers through the fields and the arrests at a meatpacking plant. In the past 24 hours, large rallies and marches in New York, Chicago, Denver, Atlanta, Boston, San Francisco, and other cities too. At least 200 arrested overnight, and tonight here, new images of what protesters say is fueling their outrage. ICE agents chasing farm workers through a strawberry field. This is Oxnard, California, making arrests there. Protesters trying to stop agents arriving at a meat production plant. This is playing out in Omaha, Nebraska. Dozens of workers were handcuffed with zip ties and taken away in a bus. In Los Angeles, surveillance video appearing to show federal agents boxing in a car and then using tear gas detaining the driver reported leaving 2 children and their mother behind. And ICE posting this image from an enforcement operation in Los Angeles. The National Guard with weapons out protecting the operation. And tonight, as these protests spread, the governor of Texas now deploying the National Guard there. ABC's Matt Gutman leading us off from Los Angeles tonight.
Tonight, tensions building in the city of Los Angeles after over 200 were arrested overnight, and anger over the Trump administration's immigration crackdown and its deployment of federal troops to LA boiling over into other major U.S. cities. From Baltimore to Chicago, where a car drove through a group of demonstrators, 17 arrested there. In Boston, hundreds outside the State House. Protesters in Seattle clashing with police. And in New York City, demonstrators protesting workplace arrests they say are stoking fear throughout communities, coast to coast. And tonight, those jarring images from Southern California, ICE agents filmed chasing farm workers through strawberry fields around 6 a.m. Tuesday. And in Omaha, Nebraska, the state's largest yet immigration sweep, targeting a meat production plant, dozens arrested there.
They just came in and said that it was a raid and we had to get everybody out of production.
Outside the plant, protesters jumping on a vehicle to try to stop law enforcement. And back in Los Angeles,
This is the canister from the tear gas that they threw at her.
that dramatic surveillance video appearing to show federal agents boxing in this car, reportedly using tear gas on the passengers and detaining the driver, leaving a toddler, an infant, and their mother behind. The Department of Homeland Security saying in the statement the suspect was wanted for punching an officer. Another image drawing sharp criticism tonight, pictures of armed national...
Yo, Issachar ain't playing, man. They get violent and they don't realize, you know what I'm saying, Esau loves and wants that. That what gives him a reason to do some of the things that he's doing when you attack him like that, you know what I mean, trying to protect. And we understand, but like the scriptures tell you, there'd be no might in your hand, you know what I'm saying, and Esau is just pretty much fulfilling prophecy by separating families, you know what I'm saying. It's effed up how Biden, how under Biden's presidency, he allowed them to come in, and the second term of Trump Nero's presidency, now he's targeting them as T's. It's crazy. Now, Esau ain't no joke, man.
Guardsmen accompanying ICE officers on a raid. Major General Scott Sherman, in charge of those military personnel, staging just outside of Los Angeles, saying his troops will not only protect agents, but will detain demonstrators.
So strictly for the protection of the federal personnel and the protection of the federal building, they're allowed to temporarily detain and wait for law enforcement to come and arrest them.
In an emotional press conference, 30 Southern California mayors coming together. Arturo Flores, the mayor of Huntington Park, and a combat veteran appealing to the military.
These are Americans. And when we lifted our hands and we swore the oath to defend the Constitution and to defend this country, that oath was to the American people. It was not to a dictator. It was not to a tyrant. It was not to a president. It was to the American people.
In the wake of those violent protests, a rare address to California and the nation from Governor Gavin Newsom, calling Trump's decision to activate about 4,800 troops, more than the number deployed in Iraq and Syria, theatrics and traumatizing.
When Donald Trump sought blanket authority to commandeer the National Guard, he made that order apply to every state in this nation. This is about all of us. This is about you. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next.
And on Capitol Hill today, Secretary...
You hear that? They're warning you and they're warning us as we are getting on these platforms and warning you that it's going to be other states. So in so many words, he's saying that this is not going to die down. This is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Defense Pete Hegseth seeming to confirm that, telling lawmakers the National Guard could be deployed to other immigration protests across the country.
Part of it is getting ahead of a problem
so that if in other places, if there are other riots in places where law enforcement officers are threatened, we would have the capability to surge National Guard there if necessary.
And just hours ago, Texas Governor Greg Abbott mobilizing the Texas National Guard to San Antonio, where large-scale peaceful protests are planned.
We want to make sure that what has happened in California does not happen in Texas.
David, I just got off with Governor Newsom's team, who tells me that he was particularly disturbed to see those images of ICE agents chasing those farm workers through the strawberry fields here in Southern California. You can see it's pretty subdued out here today.
Let's get another one.
Still a curfew.
Like a movie. So with that, let's get some scriptures. Second Corinthians 2:11. In the NLT, and it reads, I'll start at 10. Second Corinthians 2:10. When you forgive this man, I forgive him too. And when I forgive whatever needs to be forgiven, I do so with Hamashiach's authority for your benefit, so that Satan will not outsmart us. For we are familiar with we are familiar with his evil schemes. And Elder Apostle Gabar was just reading, or Salaki doing a video, which I was jotting down notes and listening to and learning from before I did this. But I was like, let me get this out the way first. But it says in the KJV, to whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For if I forgive anything to whom I forgave it, for your sakes forgive I it in the person of Hamashiach, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And these are the devices that he's bringing out. The elder apostle was just talking about. You should listen to this video. Listen to this lesson. It's a great lesson so far. The 8-word terminologies of the NWO. Check that out. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 19:2, and it reads, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So is this not order out of chaos? What's going on? What you just seen in the videos, what's going on? You just seen that Satan is setting it up so that he can bring order out of chaos. So he can set up government control. So he can put you in those FEMA camps. You don't see it? If you don't see it, then it's obvious Yahweh is not dealing with you in that sense. And I mean, this is it's a play that he's been using for many moons. You know what I mean? Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, that means brought down low, which Esau is being brought down low, he persecuted the woman. That woman is Israel, which brought forth the man child. The tribes, preferably the tribe of Judah, is the tribe that Yahushua is from. So these things are being manifest as we speak. As we speak, man. Second Esdras. I'll start at 1:15 and verse 1. And it reads, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people in the words of prophecy." This is what we do when we get on these platforms, on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent, the righteous, blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So Yahweh is fighting our war. And this is everything that's happening is for the controversy of Israel. Everything that's happening is for us. This is why men who understand these scriptures realize and are grateful and thankful that these things are happening, because we're ready to get out of here. We're ready to go home. Revelation 2:10. Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, to those FEMA camps, that they may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation for 10 days. which could be more than 10 days. 10 is an infinite number. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So Yahweh Shai is telling us, that's who's speaking. Yahweh Shai is telling us, be faithful, and he will crown you. Endure to the end, and he will crown you. Let's see. Romans 16 and 17. It reads, Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. And this is what we do, man. We don't want no parts. Are you 2/3? You know what I mean? Praying to be part of the hopeful elect. And trying to get away from y'all because y'all wicked as hell. And Yahweh Shai, this is why the elder apostles are telling you to separate yourself from the heathen, preferably Esau, because the judgment's about to come upon him. If you're around him, it may come upon you too. 2nd Esdras 6 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and powers, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. I'm going to jump down to verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. So this is the time that we are coming into, and there's no 100 years and no 25 years, and this is the time now we're in, and you're going to see it. I will rock this out. You edify with that quick lesson. Say, Koholo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Shalom, salutations and double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone on down, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.